Hello everyone, I'm Ximing Huang. It's my honor to share my portfolio with you. In this presentation, I'll share my proposed energy portfolio for Australia in 2050. I'll start with the current challenges with our energy system and then explain my future energy portfolio, compare which with two of my classmates' idea, and finally reflect on what I learned from this whole process. Let's begin with the background. Why a new energy plan is critical. Australia's energy system today shows a big gap between different states. At the top, the map shows that even if Australia is cutting fossil fuel use at home, we still export over 80% of our coal and liquefied natural gas. This situation makes it harder to reduce emissions overall because we still contribute to global emissions through exports. If you look at the bar chart, you can see that Queensland and New South Wales still get more than 70% of their electricity from fossil fuels like coal and gas. Meanwhile, South Australia and Tasmania are doing much better. They already get more than 95% from renewables like wind and hydro. These differences show that our energy transition is uneven and not well coordinated between states. At the same time, Australia faces three big challenges in decarbonizing its energy system. First is export dependency. As shown in the bar chart, fossil fuels like black coal still dominate electricity generation. Second is carbon volatility. In the line graph shows that carbon credit prices jumping sharply after policy changes, creating uncertainties for investors. The third is grid inflexibility. The color charts compare load matching under different scenarios, showing that without storage like pump hydro, renewable energy cannot always meet demand. These issues make the energy transition more complex and slower than expected. To deal with these problems, I've designed a balanced energy portfolio for Australia in 2050. As shown in the pie chart, I suggest 27% of our electricity should come from solar, 20% from wind, and 8% from green hydrogen. I've also included 5% from nuclear energy, which is new for Australia because it has potential due to our large uranium reserves. The remaining 33% is still from fossil fuels like coal and gas, but I assume carbon capture technology will be used to reduce emissions. Overall, about two-thirds of electricity will come from clean or low-carbon sources. This is relatively practical for Australia's power grid technology and energy structure. After all, according to predictions, the coal resources there can be used continually for more than 1,600 years. Not using fossil energy at all is a waste of natural resources, which is unfair to local owners. This slide is about strategies, barriers, and opportunities for Portfolio 2050. First, the map shows that Australia has rich energy resources in different places, strong solar potential inland, good wind along coast, and abundant uranium and natural gas. However, land use is an issue. As I mentioned in the report, solar needs most land, over 112,000 hectares, while wind needs less and nuclear the least. Although my goal is not only to increase the energy land area of Australia by 0.02% in basis of land occupied by original energy facilities, problems such as difficult site selection and the low rate of return will still be faced during the implementation of this goal due to the characteristics of renewable energy and the complexity of land nature. Another challenge is our grid. It's not yet well connected between states and will need more investment in storage like batteries and pump hydro to handle these ups and downs of solar and wind. Finally, we need to make sure that energy transition is fair. For example, low-income families should also benefit from new technologies like EV chargers or rooftop solar, not just wealthy householders. In section 3, I compare my energy portfolio with two of my unnamed classmates' plans. As shown in figure 9, all three portfolios include solar and wind as main sources, but there are some key differences. For example, I'm the only one who includes nuclear energy, 5% because I think it's stable and a clean source that suits Australia's uranium resources. Student 15 focused more on regional renewables like bioenergy and offshore wind. Student 19 went all in solar power and tried to reduce fossil fuels as much as possible. What's worth mentioning, fossil fuel is essential to provide stable backup in current situation. In my opinion, portfolios with over 60% of renewables may overload the grid, especially without enough storage or in-state connections, making them less practical under Australia's current infrastructure, technology, and energy policies. Now, let's look at what's good and what could be improved in each report. For my report, the strengths were that I included both hydrogen and nuclear, and I used clear graphs to support my ideas. However, I also got some useful feedbacks like I should add a better risk analysis and show how the plan could be implemented step by step. As for Report 15, it has good structure using energy trilemma framework, but the author didn't talk much about energy storage or innovations up to date. Report 19 was bold and creative, especially with solar energy. However, it lacks detail on how to handle challenges like backup power or grid stability. These comparisons help me see different ways of thinking and perspectives that I can improve to compare with their report. That's all for the portfolio. Let's move to the reflection. Through this project, I learned that building an energy portfolio is not just about choosing clean energy. It's also about thinking carefully about land use, storage, fairness, and future policies. One thing that changed my thinking is Australia's dual role as both a clean energy leader and a fossil fuel exporter. It's not realistic to cut out fossil fuels completely right away. That's why I designed a more gradual transition plan. I also realized how important equity is. In the past, the policies like solar feed-in tariffs mostly benefited homeowners, while renters or low-income groups miss out. We need to make sure that the energy transition includes everyone. Finally, I noticed how useful it is to reflect, compare, and revise. By looking at other students' work and thinking critically, I've become more confident in designing realistic and responsible energy strategies. The use of AI is necessary in the future. As a useful tool, it's beneficial to use AI as long as the outcome is critical thinking by the author himself. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope this gave you a clear and honest view of Australia's energy challenges and one important path to fairer, cleaner future by 2050.